Navigating changes in the KRS for limited liability companies in Poland. Hello everyone, and welcome to our in-depth guide on navigating changes in the National Court Register, or KRS, for limited liability companies in Poland. My name is Bartosh. I work for Progress Holding. For 20 years, Progress Holding has been helping investors and entrepreneurs from more than 30 countries confidently enter the Polish market and successfully grow their businesses. Our team supports clients at every stage, from company registration to daily accounting and administrative services. If you're running a business or planning to start one, the KRS is your go-to database for ensuring your company stays compliant with Polish law. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting out, understanding how to update your company's details in the KRS is crucial for smooth operations. Introduction. In principle, there are 6 key areas where changes can occur in a limited liability company. 1. The company name. 2. Address. 3. Shareholders. 4. Share capital amount. 5. Board members. 6th PKD codes, which define your business activities profile. Each of these changes comes with its own set of procedures, costs, and considerations, and we'll break them down step by step to make it simple and clear. Before we get started, let's clarify a critical point. The process for making these changes depends on how your company was originally registered. If you set up your company through the S-24 online system and haven't made any notarial amendments to the company agreement, changes can be handled directly through S-24, which is faster, more user-friendly, and generally cheaper. However, if your company was registered with a notary or has had notarial changes, you'll need to use the KRS system, which involves additional steps and higher costs due to notarial fees. Now, let's jump into the first area, changing your company name. Changing your company name is often driven by a desire to rebrand, expand into new markets, or differentiate your business from competitors. The first step is to ensure your new name is unique. You can do this by searching the KRS database online, which is publicly accessible and allows you to check if another company is already using your desired name. This step is crucial to avoid legal conflicts or delays in registration. The process itself involves amending your company agreement to reflect the new name. If your company was registered through the S-24 system and hasn't had any notarial changes, you can make this update directly online via S-24. The platform is intuitive, and the court fee is 350 Polish zloty, making it a cost-effective option. For companies registered with a notary, you'll need to go through a notarial process to amend the company agreement, which can cost around 1,500 Polish zloty, including notarial fees. These costs cover the preparation of a new notarial deed and the associated legal formalities. Once you submit the change to the KRS, it can take up to 3 months for the new name to be officially registered, but usually it's quicker. During this period, you'll need to continue using your old name for official purposes, such as contracts, invoices, or bank transactions. Company address. Next, let's explore changing your company address, which might be necessary if you're relocating your business premises or updating your registered office. There's an important distinction to understand here. Changing the registered office, which is the legal address of your company, moving to a different city, requires amending the company agreement. This is a more formal process because the registered office is a core part of your company's legal identity. However, if you're only changing the address within the same city, you can do this with a simpler management board resolution, which is less costly and quicker. For companies registered via S24, both types of address changes can be handled online, with a court fee of 350 Polish zloty. For companies registered with a notary, changing the registered office requires a notarial amendment to the company agreement, which can cost around 1,500 Polish zloty due to notarial fees. A critical warning: using virtual addresses, such as those provided by co-working spaces or virtual office services, can carry significant risks. Some banks may refuse to open accounts for companies with virtual addresses, as they prefer a physical location where business operations are conducted. Similarly, tax authorities might question your VAT registration if they suspect the address is virtual. Shareholders. Moving on to shareholders, changing the ownership structure of your company is another key area that requires KRS updates. This often happens when a shareholder sells their stake to bring in a new investor or exit the business. You'll need to update the KRS to reflect this change in ownership. The first step is to review your company agreement for any specific requirements. Some agreements include clauses that require the approval of the management board for share sales, particularly if there are preemptive rights. These rights give existing shareholders the first opportunity to buy the shares before they're offered to outsiders. For example, if your company has two shareholders and one wants to sell, the other shareholder might have the right to purchase those shares first, ensuring they maintain control over the company's ownership. A significant consideration: if the share transfer results in a single shareholder who is a natural person, they become subject to compulsory social insurance contributions similar to those for self-employed individuals. In Poland, these ZUS contributions can amount to approximately 2,500 Polish zloty per month. It's worth discussing this with your accountant to understand the full implications. Share capital. Adjusting the share capital is another important change that companies often undertake, whether to fund expansion, attract investors, or streamline operations. To change the share capital, you need a shareholders' resolution and an amendment to the company agreement. For companies registered via S24, this can be done online with a court fee of 350 Polish zloty, making it a cost-effective option. There are two primary ways to increase share capital. You can either increase the nominal value of existing shares or issue new shares. If you choose to issue new shares, existing shareholders typically have preemptive rights, meaning they get the first chance to purchase the new shares before they're offered to external investors. Due to this, current shareholders must agree to waive their preemptive rights if a new investor is to be brought on board. This ensures fairness and protects existing ownership stakes. Decreasing share capital is a more complex process, as you must notify creditors and obtain their consent to protect their financial interests. This step is crucial to avoid legal challenges, as creditors have the right to object if they believe the reduction will harm their ability to recover debts. The change in share capital takes effect only after KRS registration, which can take up to 3 months. This processing time is important to consider, especially if you're planning major financial moves like securing a loan or attracting investors. Board members. Changing board members is a straightforward but critical step for your company's governance. This might involve appointing a new director to bring fresh leadership, or dismissing an existing one due to performance issues or strategic shifts. The process requires a shareholders' resolution to formalize the appointment or dismissal. For companies registered via S24, you can submit this change online with a court fee of 350 Polish zloty, making it a quick and efficient option. For notary-registered companies, the change is processed through the KRS system, which is the electronic platform for notarial registrations. This may involve additional documentation and cost, but the process is still relatively straightforward. A key requirement: board members must not have any criminal convictions that would disqualify them from holding such a position. The KRS verifies this during registration, so it's essential to ensure your candidates have a clean record. Additionally, appointing a new board member requires their explicit consent. You can't appoint someone without their agreement. This consent is documented in writing to ensure clarity. PKD codes. Finally, let's discuss changing PKD codes, which define your company's business activities for tax and regulatory purposes. PKD stands for Polish Classification of Activities, and these codes determine how your business is categorized by authorities. To add or remove a PKD code, you need a shareholders resolution and an amendment to the company agreement. For S-24 registered companies, this can be done online with a court fee of 350 Polish zloty, making it a cost-effective option. For notary-registered companies, a notarial amendment is required, costing around 1,500 Polish zloty due to notarial fees. Some PKD codes are prohibited for limited liability companies, particularly those related to regulated activities like financial services or certain professional services. For instance, codes related to banking or insurance activities are restricted, so you must ensure your chosen codes are appropriate for your company's structure. Since 2025, Poland has adopted a new standard PKD code table, which includes updated classifications to reflect modern business activities. Always use this updated table to avoid errors during registration. The change takes effect after KRS registration. PKD codes. Finally, let's discuss changing PKD codes, which define your company's business activities for tax and regulatory purposes. PKD stands for Polish Classification of Activities, and these codes determine how your business is categorized by authorities. To add or remove a PKD code, you need a shareholders resolution and an amendment to the company agreement. For S-24 registered companies, this can be done online with a court fee of 350 Polish zloty, making it a cost-effective option. For notary-registered companies, a notarial amendment is required, costing around 1,500 Polish zloty due to notarial fees. Some PKD codes are prohibited for limited liability companies, particularly those related to regulated activities like financial services or certain professional services. For instance, codes related to banking or insurance activities are restricted, so you must ensure your chosen codes are appropriate for your company's structure. Since 2025, Poland has adopted a new standard PKD code table, which includes updated classifications to reflect modern business activities. Always use this updated table to avoid errors during registration. The change takes effect after KRS registration. Conclusion. In conclusion, managing changes in the KRS is a vital part of running a limited liability company in Poland. Whether you're updating your company name to reflect a new brand, moving your address to a new city, transferring shares to new investors, adjusting your share capital, appointing new board members, or updating PKD codes to expand your business activities, understanding the correct procedures is key to staying compliant and efficient. Using the S-24 system for eligible companies can save you significant time and money, with court fees typically at 350 Polish zloty compared to notarial costs of around 1,500 Polish zloty. For any questions or assistance with navigating these changes, contact us by email office@progressholding.pl. Thank you for watching, and we hope this video has made managing KRS changes a bit clearer and more approachable. Talk to you soon.